once said it doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. But considering I'm here to talk with the stars of the 6th film in the series, I'd say they won by more than a mile. Hi, I'm Jake Hamilton atop the O2 Arena here in London, England, getting ready to talk with the stars of Fast and Furious 6 about why all roads led to this. Get ready, this is Jake's Takes.
This is what 100 million buys, huh? It wasn't that hard to find you, Toretto.
Wasn't hiding.
So, these movies are such a huge part of my pop culture and, people who love movies. So I was wondering how often you feel the repercussions of that. How often are you in LA at a red light and a guy pulls up next to you and kind of gives like the nod and kind of like, and tries to rev his engine up a little bit?
Until they see the kid in the back seat.
And that changes things a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I'm more worried about cops going, hey, that's Dom Toretto, let's just give him a ticket because he's Dom Toretto.
Does that actually have you ever experienced that in the years that you've done these? Have you kind of got a
No,
little bit of that?
thank God I haven't. Thank God. But I've always been sensitive of it. I've always realized that, it would be great big news to give Dom Toretto a smoothie ticket.
I wish that would happen because I think it'd be really fun. I don't know how I would react to that. But I do like it when I see the souped up cars and I'm like, oh, that's our fault.
It's happened quite a bit.
Do you do it? Like, do you engage?
Yeah, I play back, and match it. And it's pretty funny because I usually drive a pickup truck. Anyway,
Right.
So it's not like, it's
Nothing.
like I'm like in some like speed demon car, but it's fun. I like it, and it always catches you by surprise. It's like you're not paying attention or you're talking on the phone, your hands-free phone, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, and and you can you feel something and you look over and it's like,
That only happened to me once, and I burned the guy's engine out because I had my M3 and it was a Honda Civic tune-up car and it couldn't handle the power.
You have to feel good.
I was on my way to
moment.
Coachella. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And I had 3 people in the car, so my car was weighed down.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun though. I always like.
You have to feel like a badass when that happens. Were the people in the car? They had to be pretty
I burned
impressed.
his engine out. I wasn't about to stop and look. It's his fault. He shouldn't have challenged. So I'm on the highway. I'm on the fast lane, and I look next to me, and there's this Honda Civic honking his horn.
Right.
And he's looking, and he's like, "Yo, Fast and Furious, let's do this."
Last week, a team of highly coordinated drivers took down an entire military convoy. You're gonna help me catch the team responsible.
And why is that?
Been chasing his crew across 12 countries. This was taken a week ago.
It's impossible.
I need your help, Dom. I need your team.
Guys, my buddies and I, we love kind of creating drinking games for like our favorite movies and our favorite TV shows. Every time something cool happens, you take a shot.
Hell
so I was
yeah.
wondering, I think the Fast and Furious movies would be a great series to kind of do like, every time this happens, take a shot. What are some of the things that can happen so that you can say, okay, time to take a shot?
Every time they show a woman's ass?
Yeah.
That'd be cool, but I feel like we need more ass shots in the Fast
I'm
and Furious.
down for that.
I'm a little disappointed in the ass level in this movie. I think it needs to
It
be.
definitely needs more.
Me and Luda specifically are into way more of a luxury.
I'm right there with you.
Round.
I'm there with you.
Not just a butt. We're
Not
talking
even
about
that, man.
boob leg.
Every time somebody gets punched.
Yeah, you'd be slaughtered by halfway through
That's
the film.
what I'm saying.
I mean,
It's
there
gonna be
is so
perfect.
many punches, headbutts, kicks. I mean, it's relentless. The
Okay,
movie
so we have
doesn't
punches.
stop.
Like, what else can we do for a shot?
What about car crashes?
Car crashes.
Car crashes.
And also,
Yeah.
you have to drink from the second that plane decides to take off on the runway
Are
till
you
it
kidding me?
actually does take
It's
off.
a 15-minute long sequence, man.
It's the world's longest runway.
It is the world's longest runway.
And the world's heaviest plane.
It really is.
Well, it is. It's got like cars hanging off its wings, remember?
So by the time that sequence starts, make sure you have a full bottle ready to go.
you can't stop. Through a straw. Vodka through a straw.
Vodka, yeah. I wouldn't want to destroy you in that arena because
Something tells me you could drink me under the table.
yeah.
Yeah, let's just go. I'm wearing a
That's
green shirt for
compliment.
God's
Why,
sake. Let's just call
why
it
do
like
you
it is.
say that?
I'm just being honest. I'm just calling it like it
You
is.
look like a lightweight anyways.
I'm just getting called out in this.
No,
It's
I'm
just the
sorry.
shirt.
It's just the
It's the shirt.
Anytime you see a man with oil on his body,
You'll be drunk about 5 minutes into Fast Food. Okay, so man with oil. What else do we got? What are some other good ones?
Beautiful women, fast cars, fast motorbike, action sequences.
You're not gonna make it to past the first one.
No way.
You're gonna be on the floor.
You want to see the end.
A driving stunt? That's a lot of shots.
Are you in? Are you
I'm
gonna join
in.
us?
I'm in. Yeah.
Vin Diesel's in my drinking game.
Maybe a pot. a pot version.
Okay.
That would be perfect.
Okay.
Because then once you get in your car, you're driving slower
That's true.
instead of faster and crashing. You know what I'm saying?
Much better.
Yeah, it's safer as well.
See, so
you should have like a Fast and Furious pot test.
what are some of the rules? Okay, let's create. Look, what could rule number 1 be?
There is the Russian roulette
Right.
version of it, where you take a shot, you have to hold it in, and then you stand up, and then you get spun around 10 times. If you fall, you have to do it again. So it means, it's kind of like, yeah, it's hardcore. If you survive it, then you point to the other person who has to do it.
I would die.
Yeah.
If you and I were best friends, I would be dead in like 5 minutes. Let's just be honest.
You got the best crew in the world standing right in front of you. Give them a reason to stay. Our target's Owen Shaw. For years, they've been running jobs in Europe, but their most recent jobs graduated them to a whole new level.
You get us close to Letty and we'll get you Shaw. And you give us full pardons all the way around.
That's the deal. Take it or leave it. Ride or die.
Watching this movie, and everyone in this movie is 10 times more cool than I will ever be in my entire life. I'm gonna be honest. Help me feel better about myself. Who in the cast is secretly not as cool as I think they are?
Sung Kang.
Oh,
Yeah, why is that?
Because he runs on a treadmill every day.
Yeah, he
went to
runs-
do an action scene, and I'll let him take it from here.
Yeah, he does about 8 miles every morning, and he wears neon shoes. And it's just too much, man.
No. The funny story you told me.
Tell me.
He runs 8 miles every day. So you would think his whole cardiovascular health and his conditioning is out of control. He goes to do an action scene with Tyrese.
He is sweating
after
profusely.
30 seconds.
He is sweating profusely. Out
We
of
gotta do
breath,
this again?
tired, and sweating profusely. And I'm like, dude, there is a real disconnect that I am witnessing firsthand right now. First of all, I think you have been lying about all of this damn cardio that you're claiming to be doing, because there is no way
There's
that
absolutely
anybody
no
that
way.
does 8 miles before they come to work is this tired.
You know, actually, Vin and The Rock, they think people think they're these big tough guys, but they're big huggers.
They're big teddy bears.
But we don't like getting hugged by them, because every time Rock hugs us, there's all this oil. I'm like,
You're like, why
oil
am I
on
glowing?
my face. You're like, thank you, but no thank you.
You just hug him and just start to slide down. You're like, this makes no sense. My mission is to be as cool as you guys. So by the end of this interview, if we can kind of up my coolness level a
Have to
little
get rid
bit.
of that shirt.
Get rid of the shirt?
And the tie.
Oh no, he did it for his mother.
Oh, I did it for my mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Mom, this is for you.
I don't think she said green though, did she?
said
She
color.
just said
She
color.
said color.
And you've taken it to
I
a
was
complete
completely
extreme.
We're not dealing with cops, but drug dealers. I've never seen this before.
This code you live by makes you predictable. I can reach out and break you whenever I want.
One of the great things about doing these interviews is, because I'm a big movie fan, is being able to know that one day I'm going to be able to show my future kids, like, look what your dad did. Isn't this awesome? Hopefully they appreciate it. So I was wondering, these are some of the coolest movies of all time. What is the moment in this movie that one day you're so excited to be able to show your kid, like, look what mom did, or look what dad did, like, look how cool this is?
That's a great question.
Well, I think basically just pressing play and like your face comes up on the screen. I mean, that in itself still is quite. Because I don't come from a family of actors, or we're working class, good, simple folks. So what I do for a living is quite insane anyway. So even when we turn the TV, like press play on a DVD or something, that my face pops up. That's enough.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be anything special. Just the fact that I'm on the screen is usually. So my kids, I think, is going to appreciate that.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
they'll be fine with that.
That's awesome. I'm not used to watching myself on screen yet. I'm still a little hesitant about it. So maybe the fight scene with Michelle was, that was.
You're gonna show your kids that?
That's gonna be pretty awesome. You have to show them
I'm
that.
gonna probably have like a really delicate little girl who loves pink, and I'm gonna be like, oh, she's not into it. She's not into it.
She's not into it. That's good.
This is kind of a
Beauty and the Beast.
vegetarian and hates violence.
That's a good question.
Yes, it is. But there's so many moments, I think. I mean, thinking about the previous movies that we did for this franchise and
Your
this one.
daughter will be so proud of
Yeah,
you jumping
Mommy!
from that
Exactly.
And I'll
Exactly.
go like, no way, you don't do that.
You had if mom did it, you have to let
be
them
like,
do it.
Did you see yourself jumping off motorbikes to a jeep? I can do that.
See?
Clearly, the fight between Dom and Hobbs is something. I mean, Dwayne and I worked weeks before that shoot. Everybody on set was like calling it the Clash of the Titans. We heard all the King Kong, Godzilla
All the
jokes,
metaphors, right?
everything.
Right.
I think that's one of the scenes, at least from the saga, that I would tell my son to check out.
Look at this.
You believe in ghosts?
Maybe the Letty we once knew is gone.
You don't turn your back on family, even when they do.
You have a great line in the movie where you say, "Show me how you drive and I'll show you who you are." Such a badass line. Also, I was wondering, how does, you know, based off how you drive, what does that say about who Vin Diesel is?
Well, now it would say, Daddy.
It changes things a little bit.
It changes things. It sure does. It sure does. I mean, once you, that's not the only thing that changes. When you do enough stunts or when you are in enough scenes that are kind of high risk, on your everyday life, you start to take less chances because your job, you know, consists of taking a lot of chances. And I think nothing's mellowed me out more than all of the action sequences I've done on film.
I drive pretty fast. I get really impatient. Like living in Dallas for a while, I was like, why does no one honk here? So I'm pretty aggro. So I think that's a reflection of my worst self.
It depends. I'm pretty chilled out guy now. When I was younger, man, I was like the road rager, get pissed off, and you know, somebody honk at me, I want to smash their face, and you know, I was a hothead, and so it got me into trouble.
Guys, they got a tank. Damn.
One of the best things about the movie that I love is the opening credit sequence, and you kind of all the flashbacks of like all like the past
Dude,
films.
wasn't that
it's
so
It's such like
cool?
a trip down memory lane because I
It
remember where I
is.
was when I saw each one. If you could thinking about who that girl was in that first movie, if you could give that younger Michelle Rodriguez a piece of advice, just kind of point her in the right direction, what would you tell her?
Calm down and think before you talk.
Did that was that a problem at the time?
It was such a big, still is, but you know, I've definitely calmed down a lot.
I would tell myself to chill out a little bit and like enjoy the present. I think I was a little, I was juggling a lot and yeah, I just was in my head.
Same here. I was gonna say the same thing that she beat me to it.
Oh yeah.
I should have gone first with that one. But no, yeah, same thing. Just relax, just take it in stride, and just trust the process, because that's what this is all about. You know,
sure.
we all got our journey, and we all got our thing to go through, and just know that the answers, they reveal themselves in time.
We talking vehicular warfare. This is not what we do.